What is going on, you guys? I hope you are doing well. So some of you might know that here recently I got a ton of card dividers custom made by the Philly guy, and there's just a ton of Hall of Fame dividers. I don't know how many I got, but I did another order with them, and I decided to do something a little different, and I have a new divider. This little fellow right here. And so, part of my PC, my personal collection, I'm going to start adding stuff in my card box of some real gangsters. Some true, real life Hall of Famers. Hall of Famers in life, not Hall of Famers in sport. And every now and then I'll collect some nobodies, like this guy. It's all part of it. They can't all be Hall of Famers, you know what I mean? Hey, we got Rocket Rick here, baby. I got Sammy Thunder with the Sammy Thunder sticker. And this is a rare one here, boys. What am I doing? I got to take it out of this. I can't collect it raw if it's in this case here. Hang on here. Let me whip it out. The rare For Collectors rookie card back when there was only 4 collectors. That's a rare one. And it's numbered to 50. Yeah. Not for trade, for sale though. It's for sale. So, I don't know. If you have a custom card, I would love to have it, or add it, I should say, into my PC. So, I could put my address down below. If you have something, throw a stamp on there. I'd love to have it in my box, So, that's that. Last week, what was it? Friday night? There was a 1996 Topps Chrome Refractor Ken Griffey Jr. Raw on auction. And so when it first came up, 5-6 days before that, I took a screenshot of it and I sent it to Andy. She blinded me to Refractors. And I said, how much do you think this thing's going to go for? And he said, $2,550. And he said, but that's just an uneducated guess. LOL. That thing ended last night for $2,553. That's a pretty damn good uneducated guess there, Andy. Incredible. So needless to say, I didn't get that one. That is my ultimate, well, I don't want to say the top of the top, but it is definitely one of the top 3 refractors that I want to go after. And $2,500 raw, that's going to be a big card to add at some point. So that's that. We'll turn this thing around and show off some shiny cardboard. Okie doke, here we go. We're suited up. We're ready to rock. We got in a couple more really nice Billy Wagner's here. This one here is numbered to $6.99 from 2003. Gorgeous card, man. Put that little fella right there. And then this here is from 1999. I've said this in the past. I got a bunch of these, not refractors, but a bunch of cards from 1999 Topps when I was a teenager, and I just don't ever remember getting refractors. Probably because I couldn't afford Topps Chrome. But man, those 99 refractors, they really, really pop, man. I've been on this guy lately. See, when he moved away from the Padres here recently, I started looking into his career, and man, this dude is a hitter, man. Absolute hitter. And then I learned from a couple videos back, Mr. Ron Perry told me about these update cards that in a lot of these sets are numbered to 250, and this one is as well. So all the Luis Urias cards that I've ever seen or really paid attention to had always been the purple refractor, or the pink refractor, I'm sorry, the pink. And so I was like, man, you know what? I wonder if all these update sets, if they're numbered. And so I went hunting for this, and I didn't find nothing, and I'd be darned if a couple days later this one popped up on auction. And so it was like $50 or something, $55 I ended up winning that for, which I was very, very shocked that it went for that high. But then, like, he's definitely building a Hall of Fame level career. And I thought, you know, if this guy ever gets in the Hall of Fame, this card numbered to 250 and a base refractor, like, I think 55 bucks is going to be well worth it. So we picked that up. This card, the image on this card is absolutely phenomenal. Gorgeous, man. 2016. Dude, Trouty in his early days, it seemed like he was jumping over walls to freaking catch, to steal home runs away from people. Absolutely love that card, man. Little Buster Posey. Not my favorite looking card. You know, there's nothing phenomenal about the image itself, the photo. It is a photo variation, which normally they pick some real epic photos, man, for the photo variations, and this one's kind of ho-hum. But it is a photo variation, short print, nonetheless. I do love me some Buster, so that will find its place in the collection. Here's a prospect, a guy I'm prospecting on. Dude, Mickey Mantle has more refractor cards than you might think. I would say from like 2005, maybe 6-7 years in a row there. And they look awesome, dude. I love seeing all-timers or the old Hall of Famers on new cards. I think that's so cool. I think it's a underappreciated part of our hobby, in my opinion. And then another Ichiro. So one thing I just learned this past week, it's a 2007 here, is I learned there's a Japanese variation of this where his name here is in Japanese. I don't know on the card if all the information on the back is in Japanese. I would imagine it is. I mean, that would make sense, right? But I seen that, and now it makes me want to go get that. So there's one on auction as I'm shooting this video. So I'm hoping to snag that booger. But I don't know if it's going to go for $10 or $500. I have no clue. But we'll see what happens. Another early days refractor here. This wasn't a PSA slab when I bought it. I think it was like a PSA 8. And it went on auction. And one thing I love about those 8s, PSA 8s, is when you go to snap them out, you don't feel too bad because they typically don't go for very much, which is a shame. I could probably put this on eBay raw and get more for it than I bought it for in an 8. How about this? Of the Kid. Spectacular card. 2009. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I was just watching a video this morning. Oh man, what's the name of that channel. It was a podcast called All the Smoke Baseball, and it was Harold Reynolds was on the video, and he was talking about Ken Griffey Jr. and his career. Highly recommend. He told some awesome Ken Griffey Jr. stories. So if that interests you, I would say it'd be well worth your time. And then last but not least, this year's Topps Chrome Refractor of Shohei. You know, they came out, and I decided I wanted to get some because this refractor from last year and the year before have gone insane. So I went ahead and got these. I think when I got them, they were like $40 a pop. But now I have one for the set, and I have one for the player run, and I have 3 more just for funsies, which is always awesome. So that is that video. Till next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye.